It's the Boxing Coop. Reality alert. Like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get it popping. Let's be honest, man. Just let's be honest. The only reason Terrence Crawford got to fight with Canelo Alvarez is because Canelo Alvarez refuses to fight David Benavidez, which David Benavidez gave up hope and moved up to light heavyweight. But let's be honest. David Benavidez's last 5 fights almost trumps Canelo Alvarez's entire career. And this is the reason why. David Benavidez's last 5 fights have been David Morrell, Alexander Gazovich, Demetrius Andrade, Caleb Plant, and David Lemieux, which are all good, solid fighters, especially David Morrell and Andrade. But all five are. And the reason why David Benavidez having to move on and blaze his own path is because Canelo won't pass the torch to him. And I slightly understand why Canelo don't want to fight Benavidez, but at the time, David Benavidez was at 168, and Canelo snuck in and got his championship belt, WBC belt, when he missed weight because of the C-19 situation. And it was just an unfortunate situation for Benavidez. And I think David Benavidez is the greatest Latino fighter out there in today's time, because David Benavidez, he knows how to cut off the ring. His fight with Demetrius Andrade, he displayed excellent footwork and how to stalk his prey and cut off the ring, because Andrade was using his angles, and he was getting the Benavidez in the first few rounds, but David Benavidez displayed an excellent boxing IQ and showed the world that he's not the typical Mexican fighter that can't cut off the ring with cinder block feet. He cut off the ring, and he brutally knocked out Demetrius Andrade, stopped Demetrius Andrade. And I was impressed by that win with David Benavidez. And David Morrell, when he fought David Morrell, he did the same thing with Morrell. Even though he didn't get the knockout against Morrell, David Benavidez showed another side of his game. He went out there and he simply pressed the fight, and he outboxed David Morrell. And I had David Benavidez winning the fight before the fight started. And I just feel like Canelo Alvarez feared David Benavidez's size and his punch output. To be as big as Benavidez is, he throws a lot of punches. And a lot of fighters that fight him fear that. He's a big man and he can throw a lot of punches. Now, Canelo being 5'7", 5'8", and Benavidez being 6'2", I understand why Canelo really didn't take the fight, because it's a big size gap. And David Benavidez is really, in actuality, he's a light heavyweight / heavyweight, shrink it down to 168. And some of y'all would call it a weight bully, but whatsoever, I mean, it don't matter. But to me, David Benavidez is the best representation of Mexican boxing, not Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez is what Canelo Alvarez always dreamed to be, is what the media want Canelo Alvarez to be, but Canelo is simply not as talented as David Benavidez. And it's a shame that the Mexican fans is like, even though David Benavidez is part Ecuadorian, it's like they kind of on the fence with him. But I guarantee you, as soon as after Canelo retire or whatever, they be full-fledged, oh, it's David Benavidez. But, you know, to me, I take my hats off to Benavidez, because his last 5 fights have been real. I'm going to be honest, they've been elite fighters. They've been elite fighters. He didn't wait until, he didn't let the media dictate who he gonna fight other than Canelo Alvarez. When he found out he wouldn't get Canelo, he went out and got the biggest fish in the pond that he could find other than Canelo. And Canelo is thankful that the man just said, forget it. I'm moving on to 175 light heavyweight, and I'm gonna handle business, and I'm gonna give me some belts there, and I'm gonna blaze my own legacy, since he's too pussy to get in the ring with me and hopefully just pass the torch, because Canelo is on his way out. You know, He's on his way out. He's 35 years old, and some people say he's slowing down, but he looks the same, like the same Canelo to me. And honestly, Canelo looks strong. I'm gonna say that much. Canelo looks very strong, and he's a strategic fighter, and he pick his punches well. He don't throw a lot of punches, but he pick his punches well. And it's a shame that we didn't get the fight between him and Benavidez, even though Turki Al-Sheikh was gonna offer him the amount of money that he was looking for to fight Benavidez. It was another excuse. But like I said, I understand, because it's a big size gap, and we not the ones getting punched in the face. They are. So I agree with Canelo on that. I mean, if it was me personally, what I would have took the fight against David Benavidez, it probably would have been, if I would have took the fight, if I was Canelo, it probably would have been my last fight. And I would have just went out with a bang, win, lose, or draw. But it's just the heart. Canelo ain't got the heart to do that. And which I don't know if he got that in his plans. But hey, it is what it is with that situation. And that's pretty much it for right now, you guys. It's the Boxing Coop. Reality Alert. Like, share, subscribe.